Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our game tonight. We are back with more Orpheus this Monday. Joining me are my marvelous players. I am Evan Belated Revan. I'm going to be your storyteller and game master for this evening. Joining me are, starting off at the top there.
Hi, folks. I'm Grinning Crow. You can find me at grinning_crow on Twitch and grinning.crow at, what is that thing? The Twitter. Yes, I will be playing Guy Bernard tonight.
All right. And then we're going to jump across the table, down to the bottom there, Warfox.
I'm Warfox. I play Lee Blaylock, and I can be found here at this game.
Awesome. Jumping right back to the top with Skittish.
Hi, I'm Skittish Cat. You can find me on Twitter at Skittish Cat, where I will be posting, Skittish Cat, where I will be posting art inspired by this game.
Then jumping back down to the bottom with Iredell.
Hi, I'm Iredell Bastion, and I play Morgan Flanagan.
Awesome. And last but not least, right across the table from me, we have...
Hi, I'm Black Dahlia 42. I'm playing Cassidy, and you can find me either here on Evan's Twitch or on my own channel playing horror games.
Awesome. So, who wants to remind everyone where we left off who is not Crow? There's a mini Warfox in the background. Anybody? Anybody want to pick up that that gauntlet there? Come on, Crow's not going to be the only person who's paying attention.
Great reports, of course he is.
Come on, somebody.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, apparently my mic was having issues for a second. I can go.
Okay. So, tell us, what happened last session, Warfox?
Well, last session we reported back and got a little bit more information about how to release the spirit and what was going on. And we decided to release the spirit of, I believe it was Clara, the musician girl. Skittish Cat went and did some fast talking with the girl's parents to get her music and songbook. Realized that none of us really knew how to play a guitar, so I became the guitar and let it play itself. We put on a interesting performance that went over very, very well, and came back to Orpheus to get our next mission.
Awesome. Pretty good. What was your next mission, do you remember?
Was to contact and possibly recover an asset who had infiltrated the competition of Orpheus and was feeding secrets and information to Orpheus.
Very good. All right. So, you guys have just been briefed on this mission, and you have been given the meeting time for when you're supposed to contact this person is in a week. So, let's turn on some adequate background music here. Alright, guys. What do you do?
It had been voiced that at some point Mary Kathleen and I should go to the site so she can do her crazy future seeing magic or whatever trippiness she does, and I want to scout out the site. So unless anyone has any objections,
I'm just gonna
you should go with
for
us on this
recon.
drive.
What was that? You guys were talking over each other.
I'm gonna go along for recon.
Okay.
Before we leave, I
And that-
actually need to talk to Kate.
Okay.
In that case, Guy, you'll be driving, since they're more fleshies than ghosts.
I would like to go.
So, the entire Crucible is going then?
No, if it's the whole Crucible, I'll stay behind to do logistics. Like, we don't need everybody to go for a recon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can stay and try and look through weapons stuff, because I'm still salty about the possibility of dying a second time.
Oh, it's fine. The flesh bags might die, but you can die now.
Hey! Priorities.
At once. We didn't like it the first time, I don't think.
Deja Vu is a great song. I don't need to actually experience it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll actually remember it this time.
Okay. So, who all is going? Raise your hands. So, Mary Kathleen, Morgan, and Lee are all going to the site.
Well, I'm assuming I kind of have to go.
Why do you have to go?
Yeah, you got she got voluntold so she can do her future.
That's right. You're gonna
Read her crystal ball over there.
Fair enough. All right.
Next question: is one of you renting a car, or am I driving and you're going to Spirits?
How far away is the site?
It's about an hour away.
We will get a car from the motor pool.
Don't want to do that.
Let's just go as ghosts.
All right.
Remember,
so-
if it's an hour away, I can get us there in 30 minutes.
Now that's an hour away by how you drive.
Oh.
So if it's further. Like as a regular person drives, it's about an hour and a half.
Okay, let's drop the meat and go.
Okay. So
Well,
it's going to take about an hour for you guys to get there. While that is happening, Cassidy, you and Guy, what are you guys doing back here at Orpheus?
filling out requisitions because this probably has paperwork.
All right. What are you requisitioning?
Medical kit, armored car, taser, tranquilizers, restraints.
Okay.
Armored car.
They've got some relatively armored vehicles. They're not great, but they can be used as like reinforced cars. Mostly, what's reinforced about them is the back.
Perfect. That's what I need reinforced.
Specifically, places for you to drop your body and leave it there. As far as tasers and restraints,
And tranquilizers.
they really don't have. They have
Taser's an off-the-shelf item that you can pick up pretty much anywhere with no licensing.
Yeah, but Orpheus doesn't let their agents have them. Agents must supply their own gear.
Oh, right. I have resources now.
Yeah, you got money. You can go buy one.
I'll go buy a taser.
Okay.
Tranquilizers?
They don't have like a tranquilizer gun or anything like that. They're willing to part with an auto injector.
Perfect.
But-
That's what I need.
One of the things to keep in mind is the fact that the person you were going for is a scammer.
Yeah. And if she shows up as her ghost and is hostile, then this whole thing's boned.
Well, no, what
But
I'm
if she
saying
shows
is,
up in
like,
her meat and she's hostile, I can just knock her ass out.
which has a very good chance to cause her to project.
Okay, I'll deal with that problem at that point.
Okay, just making sure that your characters are
Yeah.
aware.
I thought
If she
everybody was planning on
project-
being here.
X, and you steal the meat suit, she'll come back to it eventually.
Kind of.
One would assume.
And I don't have to roll against empty meat.
Nope. That sounds really terrible. All
You're
right.
welcome.
All right, what are you doing, Cass?
I broke her with the empty meat.
With the empty meat, yes. At least it's not an empty meat tube.
God damn it.
It's kind of like a meat puppet, right?
Yeah.
Is it a meat sock puppet?
And now I'm thinking Repo. God damn it. No, I'm kind of, I'm just being annoying to Guy. I'm looking over his shoulder at everything he's requisitioning,
Okay.
trying to see what can help, if there's anything to requisition that could help us ghosties not die again, even though I was already told there's not. I'm desperately hoping I could figure out something.
He will just gladly kind of explain to you what he's getting and why, and kind of like the thought process behind it.
I'm
Mostly just
basically
using
being
it as a
a
soundboard, so
I'm being a toddler behind you. What's that? Why? Why are you getting that? Why? What does it do? What's this? Why? Why?
they just completely nonplussed. Oh, we're getting that because if she resists, then we will restrain her. If she continues to resist, then we knock her out, which I know will make her project. And if she projects, then I jump in her body. And nobody really wants to fight someone when they're fighting their own meat.
Ew, you just jump into someone's butt. That's so gross. You don't know where it's been.
You've seen me do it before.
And yeah, that was different. There was
Why?
because children don't go to as gross of places as an adult could have been.
Why?
Because adults are gross.
Why?
You ever straddled the lap of a 40-year-old man who's lonely?
It was a Tuesday. I'm not proud of it.
So then you shouldn't have to ask why.
I mean, you were asking why for some very obvious things, but I thought we were on the same page now.
While this is happening,
Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Nash is, man.
exactly. So the three of you arrive at the location, at the place, formerly the site. You arrive. It is an old, rundown drive-in theater in literally the middle of nowhere. It's daylight at this point, so sun is glaring. There's a lot of dust in the air. There's a lot of wind in this territory, in this area. More wind than you would think. Like, the weather report says it was supposed to be nice, flat, like no real air moving today, and it's windy here.
Like the beginning of a storm, Windy?
Theoretically.
I don't think this is a good idea. I think we should leave. I'm just voicing this opinion.
You have a vast expanse of desert and the rundown remains of this place. What you see is what you got here.
Well, you guys do your thing. I'm gonna look around, see what we can find. See what I can find. I'm going to check entry, exit routes. No.
You're in the middle of a desert. You can see for miles in any direction.
No
You can
cover
almost
to
see the
speak of.
curvature of the earth.
Say that again.
You can almost see the curvature of the earth.
You can almost see the curvature of the earth if it wasn't for those small hills on the horizon.
Are there any cameras or anything around?
Not as far as you can tell. Looking around, you don't see anything really.
I'm gonna try to do my bougie thing because the sooner I do that, the sooner we get to leave. Hopefully, maybe. Please, dear God.
Okay. So, you are doing your crystal ball scrying for Bode. Looking into the future, I assume?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be spending 2 dots, which, if succeed, will give me a week
Okay.
from now.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. Excuse me. Four successes. Okay. Do you have it open for Bode right now? Like book?
I do have the book open. I do not have it at
102.
Okay.
Well, horrors start at 102.
And for Bode's pretty close to the top.
Yeah.
Alright. And that was 4 successes?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so you look into the future. And you see a raging sandstorm. house is filled with the smell of oncoming rain. You are in the midst of a giant sandstorm. And as you are watching it, you are hearing the sounds of fighting all around you. Like people engaged in combat in some way. These people who are fighting, it sounds like they're losing. The sound is very distant, like you can hear it in the storm, but the storm is muffling it. You see in front of you something black. It looks like a broken off crescent, like a crescent shape that comes to a point, but it's broken towards the back part, and it's embedded in the desert, holding a piece of cloth. The ground around it has cracked as though it hit the ground very, very hard.
Well, that's not ominous or anything.
I would really like to go now. Can we leave now, please?
Don't see why not. There's not a whole lot here.
Okay, I'll go start the car.
Okay. You guys head back? Okay. Record the spent vitality. So that would be a total of 4 for you, Mary Kathleen, because it was 1 hour out, 1 hour back, and then the 2 you did on Forbode. You arrive back finding Guy and Cassidy annoying each other, so they're in their default state.
Do the throes of passion. I mean, annoying each other.
What do you do?
Hello.
Well, it's pretty open and pretty dead. She can be hard to sneak up on anyone.
Yes, the visibility per the map is several kilometers, no?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Looks like you can drive in any way, but there's only really one major road.
Yeah, fair enough. Which means that we have the advantage of seeing potentially where they're coming from. Unfortunately, if they're ghosts, they can come from wherever, right?
This is not a good mission. This will not end well.
Oh?
The others were different.
Would you care to elaborate? I mean,
The
I
storm
believe
will
that this
hit.
is a mission with...
The
Go ahead.
storm will hit.
What storm? There's no storm on the weather.
There will be a sandstorm, and there will be fighting, and there will be death, and I'm pretty sure we'll lose.
Just adds a little excitement to it.
Pardon? I mean, this is a large operation with lots of pieces to it, but there are 2 very senior teams and a specialist all here. I believe everything should be well in hand.
And every person who's seen this has said there is a storm that will hit, and I have seen that there will be combat and we will lose.
So it seems like we'll be walking into a trap.
Walking
Okay.
into a trap, or this goes sideways, something is going to happen and we are going to lose.
Oh, this is inspiring. Great.
I'm going to my room, and Mary Kathleen walks off.
You're not very helpful here. You say this is going to go bad, but you won't expound at all so that we can swing the odds in our favor.
Walked away.
Merde.
Well, I'm hyped for this. Who's hyped? This is gonna be awesome. I'm just just when you think you can't get worse than dead.
What is your malfunction? What? Nothing is as... Everything is equally as dangerous as it's always been.
No, it's not. I was already dead. There's a very distinct line of difference between being dead and possibly having to be dead again, which is ridiculous.
You went into each of these scenarios up until now, believing that you could not die.
I didn't think it was as possible as it was, when I was told, hey, there's guns specifically to kill people already dead.
You saw me kill someone who was already dead.
Yeah, you ate them. I mean, I could hope at least that you'd grab some pizza rolls before you try and nibble on me.
I mean, the assumption is, though, that if I can do that, other people can do it, surely.
You know what?
You didn't think this through, did you?
Thinking things through obviously isn't my strong suit, all right?
Apparently. But
Morgan Lee, what are you guys doing?
I'm just sitting here watching the badminton match, just going.
Getting popcorn.
Twinkie.
Yeah, just watching the whole interaction.
The point is, just stop thinking about it. If you weren't thinking about it before, stop thinking about it now. Continue doing what you were doing, and you should be, in theory, fine. And if not, you'll be the last person to know anyways.
Cassie, the trick to it is you think about what you need to get done, not about the repercussions.
Exactly.
Having maybe dying, that's just part of the game.
Game? Dying is a game to you.
No. Life is a game. With the board.
Just a game, dying's when you lose.
Dice.
No, you got one chance at this. Well, okay, maybe 1.5 because of being a ghost, but 1.5.
I spent most of my life doing things that could have gotten me killed.
Our esteemed
Took it a
colleagues
while
here
to
are
take.
half people? Only a vote between the two of them?
No.
Alright, were you able to
get
get...
as a person?
That depends if this is Chicago or not.
Were you able to get all the crap we needed?
I requisition everything. I need to take a trip to the store.
I would like to go with you when you do.
Okay. I am going to go buy a taser.
Okay.
I would like a gun.
That will take possibly longer. Hey, I have a background in law. What are the gun laws like in this particular city and county?
To buy a pistol, she would have to. To buy a pistol, she would have to wait a week. To purchase a rifle, she could do it that day.
Okay.
After a background.
That seems reasonable. And the background checks are pretty quick. Okay.
This is the world of darkness. The background check is pretty damn quick. Mary Kathleen, what are you doing in your room?
I am being the most emo of teenagers, of college students, college emo student. I start sketching out everything I've visioned so far, especially the future I have seen from our wonderful Crucible members, and just noting down everything I've seen, everything that's happened, and contacting Kate. Because, well, the future is scary. Go talk to the elders.
Fair. Sorry, getting spammed right now. Alright. You call Kate. Her phone rings. Multiple times. Finally, at a certain point, she answers, "Hello."
I did something I probably shouldn't have done.
Did you make a deal with the Spectre?
No, I looked into the future at my crucible.
That's an option.
Yes, that is an option. Oh, I do that all the time. Don't worry about it. It's.
One looks like
did
the
you
Grim
see some-
Reaper,
Oh yeah, that's normal. Mitchner looks like that constantly.
like with a bloody thing, the Grim Reaper stick thing.
Actually, his is sticking out of his arm.
Okay, and Sinclair looked like a horse on fire, like a demon horse.
Okay, that's new. Haven't seen that before. But look, Forebode can get kind of dark. Let me ask you one question. Have you been seeing a sandstorm?
Yes, I saw me and Cassidy and
Those people whose name I don't remember.
Morgan. Yeah, those people whose names I don't remember. Fighting, like in the sandstorm, and we're yelling at it, and if we yell enough, maybe it'll stop. Maybe we'll survive.
Okay, so this is gonna sound a little bit weird, and I'm gonna take you on a bit of a journey. But did you ever watch Star Trek Voyager?
Yes?
Janeway
Yeah.
has a line in that where she's talking to specifically Ensign Kim, and she says, "My advice for dealing with temporal anomalies, don't try to understand. So, my advice when dealing with your forebodes, when you're foreboding into the future, look for the signs. Do not let them paralyze you in fear. And realize that what you're seeing is only a probable future. You're not seeing the actual future."
And what I saw, we failed this mission. Or, I don't know, there was a sandstorm and there's fighting, and it sounds like who's fighting's losing.
Well, losing can mean a lot of different things.
And a crescent fell from the sky, and there's cloth, and it's cracked the earth.
Like I said, just keep it all tucked away in your mind. Remember it. Make sure you're aware of it. But don't let it define you.
Oh, okay.
Think of it like this. You've been given a rare glimpse into something that possibly could happen. So you know what to expect in a metaphorical sense. So just go with the flow, but be aware that shit might go south. I mean, you're suddenly you've never heard Kate swear before, and that kind of... Just be aware of it.
Okay. Have you seen what's gonna happen?
I've seen a lot of what's gonna happen. It's kind of jumbled. Let's just say that the next couple weeks are probably gonna be pretty busy for us here at Orpheus.
Okay. Do I tell my crucible what I've seen?
Everything. Tell them everything. Don't hold anything back. Knowledge will get them killed. Or as Hoyt likes to say, double dead.
So don't tell them, or do? You said knowledge gets them killed.
Lack of knowledge will get them killed.
Okay.
So tell
Okay.
them everything. Make sure that they know what's coming.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Call me back if you need anything.
Okay. I hang up the phone and I finish up my sketches to go show everyone.
Okay.
Oh god.
I just looked back at the Twitch chat, and no, he's not BoJack Horseman. But no. How long did it take you to finish those sketches?
Well, as Skittish has no physical art skills, she will say probably like at least an hour per sketch, because it took Skittish at least 3, or it took Skittish about an hour to do the digital ones.
Fair enough. What were you were going to say something, Dahlia?
I was just gonna say that made that so much better that you didn't see it until just now.
All right. So she's working on that. It's going to take her a couple hours to do that. Guy, you and Morgan are going to the store, correct?
Yes, we are going to insert major chain store here.
Academy.
This game brought to you by Academy.
Sponsor me, sporting goods stores.
Yeah, okay. So we'll grab like a company car or something and take a trip to the local Academy.
Okay. You head there. Let's say it's around 6 p.m., something like that, 1800 hours. It's busy, but not too busy. There's some people there. There are the people in the firearms section look pretty bored. Like they're not really doing much. They're just kind of hanging out. As you go.
Pardon. Where would I look for the tasers?
Taser, you want to look right over there at the end of the counter. He points to the end of the glass counter that he's at, and there is a set of nice looking tasers, coming in a variety of different colors. Those variety of colors being black, blue, camo, and pink.
Do you have anything in more of a pistol grip?
They've got pistol grips. They've got regular
Do they have the ones with like little projectile tines? Damn.
They do not have any of those. All they have is the contact ones.
Contact ones. Okay.
I'll go up and look at the shotguns.
They've got a lot of different hunting shotguns. They've got over-unders. They've got double barrels. They've got pump action, semi-automatic.
Semi-automatic?
Okay. They've got...
No. Would you like some advice?
Say again?
Would you like some advice?
Okay.
You want a pump action, 12 gauge, with 6 to 8 rounds in the tube. You're going to want a custom shot if you can get it. If you can't, you'll want buckshot or I turn and look to the retail guy. Do you carry rock salt? Personal defense.
Okay, we've got some buckshot over there. We don't carry any of the rock salts or anything like that. We're a hunting goods store.
Bird. You carry bird shot.
Yeah, there's plenty of bird shot down there.
Bird shot should be fine.
But as far as if you want 6 to 8 in the tube, most of these come with a plug, so you're gonna have to do some work to take out the magazine plug.
No problem.
But he has lots of different kinds, just lined up right behind him here.
Do they have reloading gear here?
No. So if you wanted to get some of that, you'd have to go to a specialty firearms store.
How many tasers can I purchase for roughly a dot of resources? The liquid cash variant of that. 2? 3?
Yeah, we'll say 2.
Okay, I purchased 2.
Okay.
Mind you, a smelly homeless man just walked in, purchased 2 tasers, and, advised somebody on how to buy a shotgun.
Yeah. It's the world of darkness, they don't care.
Of course.
I'll go ahead and get the shotgun, pump action shotgun, and ammo for it. and ask Guy if we could go by reloading.
I am unsure as to where to procure such a thing, but I know a man. The birdshot should be sufficient. Just don't shoot anybody too close, eh? We'll blow their chest right out.
Well, I mean, that would kind of be the point.
Then, no problem. You don't need to reload.
Alright, if you think birdshot will do it, and not rockside. Salt.
Rock salt would be nice, but it's not necessary. And if you want to, as you say, blow a hole in someone's chest, this is better.
Okay. Can I buy the gun for 2 dots of resources?
Oh yeah,
Well,
2 dots
yeah.
would be enough for a shotgun and ammo. Because 2 dots is like $1,000.
Yeah, liquid cash, $1,000.
So it's not. It's very easily purchasable.
Okay.
So I assume you're coming back. Are you shopping more?
No, coming back.
All right. Lee, what are you doing this entire time?
Would have had someone help me out to lay the satellite pictures and maps and such on a table, and looking at best routes in, best way to move through things, basically treating it like a possible stunt run, just trying to figure out what would be the best way in and out.
Okay. So for something like that, what you're looking at is there's the highway that goes by there. You have to... Excuse me, sorry. You have to exit the highway to pull off, and you'd have to exit the highway, pull off. There's one way in, one way out as far as paved. Around it, it is in the middle of a valley between hills, and you've got flat to the horizon, and then you've got the hills on the horizon. So this is not like, in theory, anyone could come from any direction. As far as the actual makeup of the place, it's got the screen, and then it's got a small projection booth that's about 100 yards away from it. And then out in, it's got some blown down like posts, like metal posts, where people would have like had stuff that they could, stuff they put the speakers on and stuff like that. But other than that, that's it as far as how the actual complex is set up.
It's also the people might be getting confused because the first time it looks like Lee's taking something seriously and actually sitting there poring over the documents, going like, okay, "What is?" Trying to figure out angles and.
Yeah, it's as far as tactically, this is a very poor place because you can see everything.
I know jack shit about tactics. It's gonna be looking at it as just if I wanted to get in and get out and not get caught, and as if I was doing an illicit stunt here.
At this point, what you do is if you were doing an illicit stunt, you would have somebody go in, check the location, then you just drive in on the highway. Like, that's the easiest way to get in and out.
Yep.
Cassidy, what are you doing? You got Mary Kathleen drawing, you've got Morgan and Guy are having a shopping spree, and Lee is poring over maps.
I'm going into like a training type area. I actually want to. I'm pretty sure I'd have to use my vitality. I'm going to try practicing with my gossamer webs to test it out, realizing that I could be useful for potentially trapping if people show up in spirit form.
Are Are you
So I
using
realized.
your Gossamer Web's stain?
Yes. So I want to try and practice with it since I have not used it much.
Are you tapping Spite to use it, or are you using your Vitality?
Vitality.
Okay.
So I think I'd have to. What's that? 1 vitality or 2? It's 2, right?
2 Vitality lasts for the scene.
So I thought.
Because Hughes are special like that.
Dan Hughes.
I blame Hefner.
What are you using as a target?
Lee.
Actually, yes, I like this. I'm placing my gossamer webs in random places around where Lee is working on his maps to see if I can stick them.
Okay.
When she succeeds, Lee starts cussing and swearing up a storm.
Okay. You do manage to get him after a bit. He's on the floor struggling against gossamer webs.
Is this like Spider-Man? Like she's just like, or is she like coughing them up, or?
Now, is it a strength check or an escape check to get out of that?
What does it look like? Cassidy.
I've been trying to find it in the book before I had to walk away. Or do I actually get to just describe it?
Mechanically, it works as it goes in the book. But you get to describe it specifically for yourself. That's page 196.
196 is where it starts.
197 is the actual 197 is the actual power. Through a successful brawling attack, the character may leap behind a sticky swath of gauze to trap, pin, blind, or pin an opponent. Each vitality point expended in this matter creates binding equal to 2 dots of strength, thus allowing the opponent to rip free if he's successful on a strength roll. If the brawl attack succeeds by 3 or fewer successes, the storyteller dictates the effect. If the player succeeds by 4 dice or more, he dictates what part of the body is hampered. So basically, it's not so much you're leaving them as you are touching them and smearing it on them. And you get to decide, depending, if you guys want to roll it out, you can. Or we can just do this as a
creepy.
Or we can just do this like in narration.
Like a ninja crawling behind Lee and just like rubbing his leg.
It's like creepy bat touch creepy.
Okay.
Except you can't get away.
Spend 2 vitality to use it or to activate it. Then you spend a vitality to create the binding. Now, the disadvantage of this is the character automatically loses gauze and thus vitality when you pass through an object that's over half the size or larger. The character can spend vitality to remain completely intangible for the scene, but loses 1 vitality for each large object. Basically, it makes it harder for you to pass through objects. So yeah, you guys want to narrate this? Or you guys want to actually roll this stuff out?
That's up to you, Cassidy.
I'm game to try rolling it out. We'll see how much luck favors me for this.
All right. Well, what's going to happen is, how much vitality are you putting on his leg?
I beg your pardon?
Say that.
Okay, now I'm ready. I want to spend 2 vitality because I really want to work on like making sure I know what I'm doing, and I really want to piss him off.
Fair enough. So this is a 4 dots of strength on this, meaning that it's pretty strong.
So is it an escape check to get out, or a strength check,
It is a
or
straight strength roll. As you suddenly feel your leg is held in place.
Okay. Just for a second.
Spider-Cast.
There we go.
Spider-Cast
Sorry, my Discord
does
frozen.
whatever Spider-Cast does.
Would adder scales assist me with getting out?
God, you guys are all starting to use your... No, because you are not escaping a bond.
Okay.
You are actively
just
ripping your way through.
That's what I wanted to check. Cool.
Because you can't slip out of this, which is what an escape artist is. What this is this is actually sticking to your gauze, your flesh.
What's the difficulty?
Well, no, it's an opposed strength roll. Difficulty 6.
Okay.
Okay, that's not how it's supposed to work.
There
There we go. You must pass 43 successes. Okay, you pull your way out of it. It's sticky and nasty and gunky and ew. Ew!
It's like, God damn it! What they put on the floor? I'm dead. I'm not supposed to stick to shit. What the fuck? Does spirit coffee now stick to spirits? God damn! Why did Mary have to invent that shit?
Oh no, Lee, what a shame. Did somebody have poor aim?
Hey, we're being raided.
I don't know. I guess they were aiming for your face, but God, then they definitely missed.
Oh. You hear from the couches. Will you two just fucking get it over with?
You mind your business.
Currently a little busy here. And go back to pouring over the mats.
That's what she said.
Oh, this is bullshit. I need a shot and some cock. Fuck this. And I walk away.
Well, there's still that telephone number.
In my pocket.
He took it.
This is true. He did take that. So, at this point, Mary Kathleen, you finish your drawings. As you can hear from the break room, all of this yelling. Cassidy, how are you feeling right now? Like, what is your emotions right now?
Frustrated.
Mary
Sexually.
Kathleen, you are really frustrated. Like, are you sexually frustrated or just frustrated?
Yeah, no, that's where I was going with that. It's half and half. It's half regular frustration and half sexual frustration.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I hate that. That's what you're feeling right now, Mary Kathleen.
Days at this point?
I go and grab my Bible.
What time of day is it currently?
It's getting close to about 7, 8 o'clock.
I assume PM.
Yes.
Be gone, evil spirits, be gone!
As Mary Kathleen is exercising herself.
Phrasing?
With sink water and salt. Be gone, evil demons! Be gone, bad thoughts!
What kind of exercising herself is happening? Is it like legit exercising or like Linda Blair and The Exorcist?
It sounds like Linda Blair, The Exorcist.
I have no clue what we're making a reference to.
Yeah, that's right. Skittish has
I'm not
never
gonna
watched
explain it
movies
either.
ever.
No, I'm not gonna publicly
Yes, for those who don't know, Skittish lives under a rock most of her life.
She does not see movies ever.
I got to see Conan.
Finally, 30 years later, almost 40 years later.
Okay, so again, to move things along a bit, Guy, you and Morgan show back up in time.
I hear loud prayers.
Hear loud prayers from the room, and Cassidy is obviously bitching about something.
Well, one I'm not surprised by. The other one is a little confusing.
I'm curious on which one.
They're at it again.
Yes. So what did we miss? What is this?
Back from whence you came, foul thoughts!
Roll me a willpower roll. Mary
Whom?
Kelly. Mary
Oh.
Kelly, roll me a willpower roll.
Is it bad that I really want her to fail this roll?
Well, it's gonna be hilarious depending on how many successes she gets. That. That should have worked. There it goes. Okay, 2 successes. Okay, so it goes. You say back thoughts, and you no longer feel these frustrated emotions. Morgan, you suddenly feel frustrated in ways more than one.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Oh shit.
Well,
Yeah, his computer just crashed. We're working on it.
Okay.
Might we take a 10-minute break and let them get their stuff up? I don't want them to miss the fun.
Yes, let's go ahead and do that. What we'll do is we'll take a 10-minute break and... Huh?
Maybe.
Maybe?
No, it's like gone. It's completely, totally frozen.
All right. Yeah. Let's take a 10-minute break.
We'll take a 10-minute break, come back. Let's see, it's 9:02 now, so we'll come back at 9:12, and then we'll get back into it. That's it. We'll head off to that intermission. If you guys who are watching, if you guys have any questions about the game or anything like that, feel free to post them in chat. As soon as we come back, we will get right on those and answer them for you.
Things I learned. Pray away the bad thoughts.
Yeah, that's a very interesting scene in that movie.
I've never seen it.
We'll watch it sometime.
It's very good.
No, we
you
won't.
Dan, you hear me?
Test.
There we go. Okay. And everybody's off track because Discord decided to be weird. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Awesome. Sweet. So, where were we? Oh, right. Morgan, you are now feeling these weird, strange emotions.
Do we know now what's causing it?
Nope. You're just feeling very frustrated in more ways than one.
I'd take off to my room for a little while.
Okay. Now keep in mind, this is the room you share with Mary Kathleen.
Who's currently exercising herself.
Who is currently exercising herself.
Like actually exercising. Not exercising.
I go walk around for a little while, try to work it off.
Okay.
First things first, I need to know, does Morgan open the door to the room to find out Mary Kathleen is in there?
Does she do this?
Wait, what?
Do you open up the door to the room first?
No, I just keep walking.
Okay.
I mean, I imagine she probably hears the yelling. I don't know if I'd go and open the door either.
It's gone!
Like, no, nope, never mind.
He's just gonna sit down in kind of the common area of the barracks and like look in confused, I don't know, stunned silence as to what the hell is going on. I leave for 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And everyone loses their damn minds. What is this?
So, Evan, I no longer feel that, right?
No, you're not feeling it.
Okay, so I'm in the room.
Yeah, you managed to actually shove it off using your willpower. That's what she said.
So, as soon as I no longer feel like very confused feelings, I grab my feelings. I grab my sketch pad and I go back out to the common room.
Okay. Come back out. Everyone's here with the exception of Morgan, who is currently working it off.
I got some holy water. Okay, it's not really holy water, but you know, we can mix this.
I found you a young priest and an old priest.
Okay, so you guys see Mary Kathleen with her sketch pad.
This is what I saw, and I show you guys all of these images, which I did make a group picture of all of them, but I don't know if I can post that anywhere for all of our lovely viewers to see. However, you all have seen them on the Discord.
Yes.
And that is what Mary Kathleen shows you.
They look great, by the way. Like, gotta say that.
I don't think you finished this one. There's just boots.
No, that's what I saw.
What is this horse?
Oh, that's Sinclair.
Funny,
Most definitely
he
not.
looks a lot different than I remember.
Well, this one's
Yes,
Gee. And I show the Grim Reaper one.
no.
No, this is you.
I
No.
think there should
This
be
is
more
a
teeth.
possible you.
No, you really caught his je ne sais quoi that he's got going on.
It really highlights his feminine side.
Kiki, please don't eat them.
He's a man in a robe. In fact, it's very dark. I mean, you can almost not see anything.
I like you better this way. You should really consider this this
I
as a
don't.
new look.
And perhaps you should consider putting your head in your ass.
Lean over to Cassidy. Hey, I bet the robe really blocks the smell too.
But I don't. Can you guys even? I don't know if you could smell that.
Yeah, you can all 5 of your senses work when you're dead.
We
You can
all
definitely
are
smell.
reminded of that constantly.
Every time he's around.
I'll come back around and enter the main room now.
Okay.
I put up with all of your bullshit. And this is what you give me a hard time for.
So what are we arguing about now?
Do you need to bathe?
No, I don't. We are looking at Mary Kathleen's rather morbid drawings.
This is what I see.
And bad poetry.
And apparently a love of boots.
Pretty.
None of this is my actual poetry.
So, why are we grouped like a bunch of sorority girls dancing alone at a club?
Oh, because we're screaming at the storm, hoping to God it'll go away. And if we scream loud enough, maybe it'll let us live. If not, we will be ripped apart by the sands and allow our bones to be picked clean by the desert's sand.
Have you had a beer?
I don't
You
think she has
sound like
enough
a
black in her
beer.
wardrobe for this.
Yeah, okay, Professor Trelawney. I'm just gonna go over
Harry Potter reference
here.
for the win.
I wasn't allowed to read that book. Mother said it had too much devil magic in it.
Okay, Carrie.
You know what? Actually, this doesn't surprise me at all. I'm not even shocked. You know what? I should just expect it, and I don't know why. I don't know why you keep surprising me.
I'm going back to my table.
And as Skittish has not yet done the piece from the vision this time, she does pull out what she saw during the mission to the drive-in, which is this crescent shape impounded into the ground, a cloth hanging off of it, the sandstorms, and then a distance you can see a fight, and it seems like one side has less people than the other.
This one seems more sci-fi than horror. Has the moon fallen and pierced the sky? And people are fighting over it? What are you
I saw that
taking?
movie.
And where have you been hiding it?
I've been taking the possible future?
Is that a variant of the pigments?
No.
It sounds like something involving acid.
I've never tried that before, but I'll keep it in mind.
Oh, no you won't.
I think this is what happens if you add too much spite to your coffee.
Perhaps. Perhaps.
All right, so you guys are sitting and discussing this all. We're going to kind of switch into some narrative time here for a bit. At what point, or what do you guys do for like the week of downtime between the beginning of this mission and or the point where you at and the beginning of the actual mission?
Make sure the equipment's together, loaded in the truck, make sure it's all set to where I want it, batteries are charged, everything works.
Okay.
And then kind of like start trying to work through possible scenarios with the Crucible.
Okay.
During the day, I'm going to take some time each day to take my car out and drive the routes, kind of judge the traffic patterns, figure out the quickest, most efficient, times and ways, learn the light patterns, that kind of thing. In the evenings, I'm going to go to my bar.
Okay.
Because these people be the nuts. I have informed the Crucible and given them and put the number of the bar up on the bulletin board. So if they call the bar, they can probably reach me if I'm not here. And I've invited Cassidy to join me if she still needs that drink.
What about that? What about that other need? No, I'm kidding.
That we can discuss at the bar.
You ask you real nice to give that number back.
Actually, that is what I'm doing. I'm tagging along with Guy and trying to talk with him about my webs, knowing that he'd probably know something about trying to utilize them since we don't have the ghost handcuffs like the other cool company. But at the same time, I'm also like attempting constantly to drop hints of like, so do I ever get that number back?
I'm gonna play Keys being really obtuse about the hints, but he's totally interested in the web thing. Ah, yes, that's a great idea. We need to test though and see if somebody can get back into their body, more specifically ripcord. I suspect the answer is yes, because so far everything seems to make me believe the answer is yes.
Well, we could test it on you since you know how to do that. And how about I hold everything you have in your pockets and you go ahead and we'll test it out.
Well, I mean, I don't need you to hold the things that I physically have in my possession because you're doing it to my spiritual form.
Yeah, but do you want your package to be comfortable? I mean, your body be comfortable. Your body.
My package is quite luxurious, thank you.
I didn't need to know.
Very
that.
Comfortable.
Then
Padded
why did you ask?
Snugly.
It was poor wording. I regret it immediately. And now there's an image in my head that I can't. I think I'm gonna cry.
But yes, let me put my meat over here, so to speak, and then we can try and see if this works.
I still I think that you'd be able to test it a lot better without stuff weighing down your pockets.
I think my pockets are fine. What is so interesting in my pockets?
I have been dead for months, Guy. Just give me the goddamn number again.
What number?
Oh, you know, the one of dozens. You've said the number. There's one number. How many numbers have you taken from people, you cockblock?
Don't know.
Just spook on, Danny Phantoms. We can do this shit. Expect reward.
Okay, well, if you're experimenting to see if like how it works as far as the gossamer webs and ripcording, you can ripcord out of gossamer webs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, crap. I actually had a plan for that.
It is possible to ripcord out of gossamer webs.
Well, that's kind of what I figured, because there's not a lot of solutions to ripcording yet. Okay. The other thing I'm going to do is go find Chet. Yeah,
okay.
Chet. Has he come out of his beach, or has he come on a beach yet, or no?
Yes, he is out of beach now because he's part of your QRF.
Well, then he wouldn't be. No, then he's not on beach. He's actually
he's active,
still under,
but he's not. He hasn't gone under yet. It's a 5-hour
Oh,
transfer
okay.
to go under.
Okay. Then like I left him a message to talk about. Let's talk about the weather.
Okay. Was this is something you arranged last time, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. He sends you a message back. Where do you want to meet?
I just go find him.
Okay.
This is my way.
Yeah. He is currently, let's see. At this point, he is in the break room. He is currently in his body. He is playing chess against himself.
Care for a partner?
Sure. He resets all of the.
No need.
Okay.
So, I believe we were to talk about the weather.
Yeah. Remind me
Also
again exactly what this was a reference to.
Storms in the underworld.
All right.
So I keep getting these cryptic messages about storms coming, but there's no storms on the weather on the weather report. Are there storms? Are there ghost storms?
Yes. Ghost quakes is actually what they're mostly called.
Are they like earthquakes?
Sort of. Imagine a... They're hard to describe, because each one is slightly different. But there is something that separates ghosts and projected spooks from another plane of existence, for lack of a better term. We call it the maelstrom.
Okay.
It's what the wisps use when they do their storm winding. They're literally grabbing onto the winds and it's taking them someplace.
Interesting. This is part of how wisps do the thing.
That's what I just said.
Yes, I know. I'm consolidating thoughts. What about, do they manifest like sandstorms?
That's what it is. It's a giant sandstorm.
Oh,
Sometimes it tears its way into this side of the reality, the shroud, as it's sometimes called, and we have to deal with it. By deal with it, I mean deal with the consequences. Typically, when that happens, you have specters. Lots and lots of specters.
That does not sound good. So the other question is, skimmers like myself. How do we deal with them? You can't stick them into place. You can't hold them in place. They can simply pull back. Can you track that?
Well, if you can somehow... Are you talking about wanting to, like, trap a ghost outside of its own body?
Yeah.
You could take the body to use as blackmail.
Yes, but I imagine that that's difficult if you don't know where the body is. But I have... skimmers have like a little like silver cord that hangs kind of out of the back of their head, right?
Yeah, when they're projected, they have their silver cord.
So I have this. Could you trace this back to a body?
No.
No. Unfortunately.
It actually physically ends like about 2 inches past the hairline.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around how to deal with this situation if it goes completely sideways.
You mean when it goes sideways?
Oh, of course. You and I are both optimists. And I cannot come up with a good solution if a skimmer shows up as a ghost. There is no way to keep them pinned. You can kill them, I think, but I cannot keep them bound.
There may be some ways. Orpheus has been researching them for a while.
It sounds as though perhaps the competition has something, but it is not available to us. So, I do not know how to go forward with this.
Well, if we could somehow get our hands on a few of those black manacles, then that could help. But I doubt it. We'd have to basically do a corporate raid of Terrell and Squibb, and that would be
disastrous at best.
Yeah.
Ah, good to know that I am not the only one who's having this conundrum.
It is a thing to worry about.
What's your take on this mission?
Somebody knows something they're not telling. This should be a simple, jump in, jump out, done and done. I don't know why. I do not know why 3 crucibles are on call for this.
I suspect the answer is Sinclair.
What do you think he has to do with it?
I don't know, but I don't trust him.
Well, welcome to Orpheus. Lesson 1, don't trust anyone.
I trust you to an extent.
You can trust me to do one thing, and that's to make sure that my crucible comes home safely.
Yeah, fair enough. You can trust me to do one thing, and that's my job. But I do not trust him even in those regards. And that worries me.
You can trust Sinclair to do one thing.
Oh?
You can trust Sinclair to get the job done. He knows a lot about the ins and outs of not just the metaphysical side, which is what Orpheus deals with, but the science tech of it.
Yes, he made his own, what do you call them, cradles?
Yes, he made his own cradle. So instead of suing him, Orpheus hired him.
It seems a wise move.
Well, it was either that or wait till next world or Terrell and Squib scooped him up.
Or, the other guys.
There aren't any other guys. Those are the
Next
only...
world?
That's what I said, next world and Terrell and Squib.
I missed the next world. My apologies. My mind is partially somewhere else. Still on the mission.
That's fair. But no, you can trust Sinclair to do 2 things. One is get the job done, and the other one is to try to minimize casualties. On his side.
Well, that's assuming that he's on our side.
Like I said, on his side.
Yeah. I, however, do not want to get my crucible dead. Or more dead.
Oblivion is not nice.
What is this?
Oblivion...
We're still learning the thing.
Say again?
We're still learning all of the ins and outs.
Oblivion, like, if the ghost members of your party get shredded, Oblivion, there's nothing left.
Yes, they do not come back.
They don't come back. We know it's different than sending someone on, because it doesn't feel the same.
This makes sense.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
No. I assume you've been playing the whole time.
Yes.
No. I appreciate your time. The next time we see each other, I will bring beer. Then I tip the king over.
He kind of leans back and offers his hand.
Shake hands with him and, move on.
Okay. All right.
I'll see you later, my friend.
He gives you a wave and goes back to the chessboard. Mary Kathleen, what are you doing for the week?
I am researching this crescent symbol to see if it's found in any form of mythology, any different religions, any...
You get a lot of references to a crescent symbol in religious context.
Like every religion.
Yeah.
Just gonna compile everything I can. Stuff about these sandstorms, anything from Orpheus. I'm gonna nerd out with all the information I have of the possible future.
All right, roll me a wits investigation roll. Wait, do you have a cult?
Yes, sir, I do.
Roll wits occult. Actually, intelligence occult, because you're doing an extended roll. Let's roll that beautiful dice.
Target number?
6. Wow. She's a research monkey, apparently.
I'll go to school for this.
Okay.
She has street credits.
I want to punish you, but I can't.
And this is why I keep them.
So, you get a couple different references to specifically sandstorms and a crescent, a broken crescent. It seems to be a reference to a king without a throne. That's the reference you keep getting. Or the unthroned king. You notice they keep saying unthroned, not dethroned.
Okay. Hopefully none of these languages are, one of those where king and queen mean the same thing. At least I can narrow down.
It's kind of... I say king, it's more monarch. It's not so much like an actual
Lord.
king or queen. King or queen. It is lord, monarch, ruler, regent, stuff like that. You do get a lot of references to a Dark Lord, but it's never like... It's not Sauron Dark Lord. It's the Lord of something that is dark.
Less Sauron, more Hades?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Okay.
Alright, so we know what everyone else is doing. Morgan, what are you doing for the week?
Does Orpheus have an armory?
Not for its agents. It has an armory for its security force. But not really, doesn't actually have an armory.
Okay. Then I go out and get an ammo bag for my ammo
Okay.
and practice using it for a good week and kind of chill and prepare.
Okay. That's
Make
fair.
sure my bag is packed.
Good call. Alright. A week passes. Dawn of the final day.
Roll for Falling Dawn.
Exactly. Dawn breaks, roll for Falling Dawn.
I play this all the time.
It is the day of the mission. I'm kind of railroading you guys a bit because I want to kind of get to this, so I apologize for that. Feel free to stop me at any point if you have something that you want to do.
We show up several hours before we're supposed to show up.
Okay? How many is several?
How late were we supposed to meet?
8:30, so after dark.
We showed up at 8 a.m.
So a full 12 hours?
Yep.
Okay. You show up at the same time as Mitchner's Crucible.
Ah, Mr. Mitchner.
You see them all piling out of a Mustang. A bright red, souped-up Mustang.
Is this the same Mustang that he had when he picked me up?
Yes.
It's a real Mustang, though, right?
Yeah, it's a real Mustang. You see with them, you see Mitchner, a young lady about, I want to say, just under 5 feet tall. Looks very bubbly and kind of happy. Let's see, I'm trying to remember who all was in that Crucible. You see the driver, who looks very much like a weathered stunt driver. Lee, you actually recognize him. This guy's name is Hossinger. He moved in a lot of the same circles you did, except he didn't do as crazy a shit as you did.
Speed freak, not a daredevil.
Yeah. And that's all. Those are the 3, or excuse me, 4 people you see. Was it?
Bonjour.
They kind of wave to you. Mitchner walks up. You guys are here early.
Yes, if you're going to show up to a site expecting an ambush, show up before the ambush does.
Fair. We're gonna
Which
set
I
up.
assume is why you're here.
Yes. We're gonna set up over there behind the screen. Don't worry about us. We can stay at least a bit. We can stay at least a bit out of sight.
With a flash car like that?
Oh, the car's not staying. Sorry, that was me. The car's not staying, but we're going to hang out over there. There doesn't seem.
Oh,
I
I just said good.
Okay, I thought you said well. I don't know when is she supposed to show up? 8:30?
Wait.
Fair enough. All right, we'll set up over there, and you guys get prepared for whatever it is you guys need to do.
But of course, thank you.
You see Hossinger drives off, and that crucible goes behind the screen and just kind of lays down.
We're gonna go park a armored car in the least conspicuous armored car parking spot.
There really
Which,
isn't.
I mean,
one.
it's a van. It's really like an up armored van. Like the interior is.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's about as conspicuous as like a panel van is, I imagine. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
At this point, the least conspicuous spot would be behind the projection booth.
Yeah.
Actually, I was just gonna do it like right there, right in the middle, like watching for the. Yeah, you're right. Over by the projection booth, and then we'll move it out when it's time.
Okay.
I will take because I assume the van's about as tall as the projection booth.
The projection booth. They're
Seems
they're
about
about
right.
the same size. Yeah.
I will stand on top of the van, kind of keeping watch. That way, if we need to move it in a hurry, I can just drop into it.
Okay.
I will go towards a good spot. There should be some scrub or
Yeah, there's plenty of
brush
scrub out
near
here.
around. And I'm just gonna kind of like dig in, lay in, and camouflage myself amongst the scrub, so that I've got a good look at the inroad to here.
Okay. So that's Lee and that's Guy. What's everyone else doing?
Being really confused because I was not told exactly what my job is here, and I don't
Sure.
think I'm very useful. Besides that, I can see the future.
You're a banshee, right?
Yeah,
You can wail, right?
yeah.
Your job is, if like we get overrun, to blow everything's fucking eardrums out. Aside from that, it's mostly to man the med kit.
Keep the calm of the person we may have to kidnap.
Yes. Her job, Morgan's job, is to man the shotgun, and
And to make
Cassidy's
sure
job,
that Mary Kate doesn't get hurt.
yeah, and Cassidy's job is to throw down fucking web. And you're a wisp, right? Yeah, you're also. Do you have storm winding, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, then you're also our shit hits the fan, get the fuck out button. Which sucks because some of us have bodies here.
All
Oh,
right.
well, you know, some things get left
Just make
behind.
sure they're in the van before you bail.
Pretty much.
So, 12 hours passes. What are you guys doing?
Organizing the medical supplies for what I would need, even though I don't have any medicine. It's all Girl Scout training.
Trying to see if there's a way I could run a zip line from the top of the projection screen to the projection booth and be able to jump it and clear the projection booth.
Looking at that, you'd pretty much have to reinforce the everything. It's been out here too long. It will collapse underneath a human's weight.
I've like half buried myself in the sand and brush and probably dug a little pee hole
Like you do.
like you do.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'm probably literally like half buried. You know how like sidewinders kind of like slowly like turn until they bury themselves in the sand. That's kind of what Gee's been doing over like a 12-hour period.
Okay. Cassidy, Morgan.
I'm kind of hiding by somewhere in the tall grass by where we're supposed to be watching for like meeting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been very obviously bored laying there, like thinking about how I can use my webbing. Like, spider cast, whatever spider cast does.
We're gonna have to start calling her Silk.
Yep.
Probably hanging out in the van, watching out through the window. Yeah.
Okay. 12 hours passes, it gets dark. The moment it gets dark, the temperature drops like a frickin' stone. The wind starts to blow. Like, heavy, heavy wind.
Like sandstorm wind?
If it was given more space, it could develop into a severe sandstorm. But
I'm trying to figure out if it's like going to be a dust devil or something like that. Like, something where I actually need to like concern myself with getting up and moving.
At this point, it's annoying, but no.
Okay.
But it does feel very cold. Like, the wind itself feels very, very cold. Clouds begin to come in over you as the sun goes down. At 8 o'clock, you see headlights turn down the road, heading towards your direction.
Yeah, sort of get up and scoot back out of where I'm at and, stand up like I've been, squatting down to shit or something and walk over to the van. Okay.
As soon as I see Guy noticing the headlights, I'm going to start scanning all the other area, kind of the dirt areas around us to make sure they aren't coming from other directions as well.
You feel a 0-point ping from where Mitchner's crew is.
I thought 0 points didn't ping.
They do. It's just very faint.
Okay.
But you do feel a ping in that direction.
Interesting.
You guys make it back over to the van.
I hop in the van and kind of roll it out towards where they would park the cars to watch the film.
I sit a little more securely and ride the van out to where it is from the roof.
Okay. The car pulls up and goes around and comes and stops. Stops about 3 car lengths away from yours, facing head on. And the lights go off. Door opens.
I open the door on the driver's side and hop out. I got a taser in my pocket.
Okay. Woman steps out.
I will lie down flat on the roof.
Okay.
Hello?
Hang on, I gotta pull up the information to remember what her name is.
Does she look like the photo and description that we were given?
She definitely looks like the photo and description you were given.
Should have gotten a go word.
You'll know when the go word goes off.
Go word is snack time.
Pretty much.
The go word is Jossum.
Street sharks.
Are there any markings or label or anything on the van she rolled up in?
It looks like an old beaten up van. It's nothing nice. She steps out. She sees you. Are you Mr. Bernard?
Wait.
Michaels. Kelly Michaels.
A pleasure, I'm sure.
She kind of reaches back into the van and pulls out some files. Sorry, things have been kind of tense recently. This is my report so far, and she offers it to you.
Walk over, take it, kind of flip through it real quickly.
You see a whole bunch of just files, pictures, like Polaroid pictures that have been attached to the file. It's your stereotypical, this is a spy dossier kind of thing.
docket of spy data. Okay. Interesting.
I need you to take the message back to Orpheus.
Of course.
I've been compromised. They know who I am. They know what I'm doing.
Should we extract you?
I would like an extraction now, if possible.
Let's go.
Okay. And she's just kind of like flabbergasted at first. Oh, okay, if that. All right, yeah. And she kind of looks at the van, like closes the door, locks it, comes back over to you.
Do you have a petrol can?
I could go look if you want.
No worries. If you will step to the panel over here, I must search you, of course. Due process.
You have to search me
to make sure you're not carrying a bug or anything which you can be traced by.
All right. She kind of
cell
goes
phone?
with you. She does have a cell phone. Are you searching her, or are you asking me, or are you just asking me?
I'm asking
Okay.
her.
She reaches in, pulls out a flip phone, and offers it to you.
I open it, I take the battery out.
Okay. The moment you take the battery out and it dies in your hand, you feel there's a little bit of an electric kind of jolt in it.
Not good.
Like it actually shocks your hand a bit.
Yeah. That's not good.
What?
Either your battery was short-circuiting, or I believe it may have been bugged.
Like the phone
quickly.
was bugged?
Yes. What is it to search a person? Quickly.
As soon as Guy says not good, I'm going to stand up and start scanning the horizon from my lovely van top position.
Okay. Well, you go to search her, which is gonna be, let's see, we're gonna call that perception, just perception alertness is the best roll I could give you on that. Or perception security, whichever's higher. For the rest of you, the wind has been picking up a great deal.
What's the target number?
6.
Not Guy's strong suit.
You do, as you're patting her down, in her jacket pocket, you feel something that feels about the size of a 9mm magazine.
I pull it out.
It's a 9mm magazine, stamped with TNS.
On the pistol?
I didn't have the pistol. I was just bringing that. That's the
spook rounds. Yes.
Yeah, that's the spook rounds.
Shove them into my pocket.
Okay.
Okay. You appear to be good. We are going to leave the phone here. Is there anything on it that's important to you?
No, it's a flip phone. It's a burner phone. It wasn't meant to be anything other than just quick contact.
It's bugged. So I'm going to throw this. Please get into the back with my lovely associates, Miss Flanagan and Miss Mary.
All of you begin to feel all of you begin to feel pings in the distance.
We need to get the fuck out of here.
3-dot pings, and they're getting closer.
I'm gonna go over to the van real quick, see if there's a petrol can in it, and if there's a petrol can in it, I'm going to douse the entire inside of the van in gasoline and then light it on fire.
As you get there, and you do find a petrol can that's about half full. Again, the wind is getting higher and higher. It is keening in your ears at this point. You guys can barely see through the stinging wind. And the pingings are getting closer. You get to the petrol can and you hear, like you, Guy specifically, you hear the buzz. You hear it shriek like a monstrous, evil shriek. Something has just been lost by someone else. Something important. When this happens, from the everybody sees this part. From the screen, that's the word I'm going for, you see a tear open up in first it looks like the screen, but then you realize it's not. That is a tear in reality.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, that's always
Iggy, get in the fucking car. I'm driving.
One moment. I throw the gasoline in real quick.
Yeah.
And light it and run.
As this happens, something flies out of it and impacts the ground right next to the van, right at your feet, Guy. And roll me a stamina check.
Just straight stamina?
Just straight stamina.
All right.
As soon as we see the tear and shit going down, I'm going to drop down and inhabit the van.
Okay.
Target number?
6. Actually, no, because it landed right next to you. I'm going to say, give you a chance to re-roll that. Target number 8. Because it landed right at your feet.
Can I spend willpower for bonus successes?
Yes. It's not a... It is a... You can spend 1 willpower for 1 bonus success. Or 1 automatic success.
All right. 1 automatic success, I'm spending willpower, and then I'm rolling this. And I'm spending a fate and re-rolling that.
Okay. Well, it's not a botch. You do get knocked off your feet and hit the ground.
At the same time that the van fires up and starts rolling towards you.
Yep.
Okay, so what just knocked me on my ass?
You're not sure yet, because I need to get everyone else's reactions.
Oh.
Mary, what is your reaction to this?
Well, fuck.
It's a valid reaction.
That's it. Until I realize that maybe I should probably drop my body and do something useful. It's, oh god, we're gonna die. I'm never gonna graduate. My mom was right. This was a terrible career choice.
Priorities, woman. Priorities. Or worse, expelled. Morgan, what are you doing?
I am racking the shotgun.
Okay. Cassidy, what are you doing?
At this point, I'm just kind of trying to look at everyone else and figure out, like, are we gonna go? I feel like we could go. I feel like we've got what we need, and we should just go.
At this point, the van turns over, and the wheels, on its own, the van is starting to drive towards Guy.
Okay. Guy, looking at the ground at your feet, you see a bundle. Like something wrapped in rags.
Alright, that's probably fucking important. I'm going to grab it and run.
No, that's not fucking important. One word goes through your head. Mine.
Wait, hang on. I got a lot of things going on in my head. Who said that?
No, you said that.
Okay, I said it. Okay.
However, you do hear a lot of, get it back now, bring it back now!
Mine, grab and run.
As you, Guy,
Like,
as the van
over and
goes
over again,
towards you and you run towards the van, The door opens for you. The driver's side door just opens, and the radio yells at you to get the fuck in the car.
Yeah, no, I just straight like Superman dive across both like the driver's seat and the passenger seat.
All right, as you guys are doing this,
Go!
You see the crack widen, and you see something black step out of it. Skeletal hands pulling it open. Oop, I hit the wrong thing.
Hey guys, is this our problem or are we getting the fuck out?
I don't get the fuck out. I've seen this horror movie and it doesn't.
Let me finish describing what you see. You see this stepping out, and you hear in your mind, Guy, it's screaming, "Bring it back! Bring it back!"
I'm going with go get fucked, and hopefully we're leaving.
As we are continuing to drive away, what the fuck did you do, Guy? I am currently speaking through the car's radio system.
As you are driving away, you start feeling pings, as though somebody is now fighting. Two other things emerge. These. Lizard-like dogs, about the size of a large Doberman, step out. Well, you think step. Blink out. It looks exactly the same as when you Stormwind, Cassidy. Their mouths are slavering, and they are immediately looking around, like just looking for something hungry.
Hey guys, I was always more of a cat person, so I vote we avoid those things and we go faster.
All right, as you're driving away, you get closer to you get closer to the pinging sound that was coming closer, and then you begin to hear a louder pinging that's going on inside of that crew. Are you going to continue going straight? Are you going to veer off?
I take the path that I've been practicing.
Okay.
The quickest thing.
No. Move. Reinforce them.
So we're going to go reinforce our people?
Yeah.
Or are we going to get the fuck out with the package?
Well, no. The ping behind you, the one you're running away from, you're feeling that from, you can tell from here, that's Mitchner's crew. They are fighting these two monster dogs and the big, you're fighting the big Reaper-like thing.
Oh yeah, no.
Then there's something else on the other side that's fighting. But
we got something up ahead. Do you want me to go through it or go around it?
Is it ahead of us?
You got something ahead of you and you got something behind you.
Fuck it. Keep going straight. Like, they're buying us time.
The group in front of us. Am I going through it or am I going around it?
That's up to you.
Okay.
No, you're talking.
Okay.
Yes. This is Lee and Guy talking as we drive. I got 5 successes when I took over this thing, which gives me pretty much I can do yes to it.
Right.
I'm going to see if I can enhance the speed a little bit.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to stay as close to my practice route as I can, while still avoiding the bad pings in front of us.
Fair enough.
I'm going to curl. Sorry, I'm going to curl up in the fetal position around the package, and then I'm going to spend a vitality to drop my meat.
Okay. As you drop your meat, the package itself is clutched in your arms, but the feeling of mine now that you are out of your body is even more intense.
Like, is this one of those, like, one ring, I must pick it up, I must do something with it?
No, it is literally I own this. This is something of mine. As you guys are going closer to the pinging in front of you, you see, you begin to hear the gunshots over the howling wind, and you see a figure, a bright blazing fire and electricity, and it seems to be fighting with something.
Yeah, drive past that.
I think that's Sinclair.
Yeah.
Let's leave him. He's got it. I think we could just
Go.
Fire a horse,
go,
gats this.
go.
Let's keep moving.
Go.
Okay.
They're buying us time. Let's fucking go.
I'm setting new speed records with this make and model of van.
Okay.
I had a quick question.
I have a quick answer.
The thing I saw come out of the thing,
Mm-hmm.
is that what I saw the guy as?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
You saw Guy as a figure wrapped in robes that were tattered and worn, like they had been pitted from an ancient sandstorm. This thing looks like death. Like, this is the stereotypical death. Though, now that you think about it, the bundle that Lee's body is clutching looks like it's made from the same robes that the figure was wearing.
We're a little busy. I'm not going to steal that right now.
All right, you guys drive past. Make me a drive test to avoid the combat.
I would like to use my benefit to bump his physicals by 2.
Okay.
Any bonuses for Daredevil or my superness in
yeah.
the car?
Yes, you're definitely getting bonuses for Daredevil on this one.
And +2.
So +2 from Guy and my +3 from Daredevil, and you said bonuses for modding the car?
You don't get any bonuses for modding the car. You get the Daredevil bonus.
Fair.
Aha! Yeah, you avoid everything.
It's as if we were not there.
Exactly.
I put
Kelly
the Fast and
is
Furious guys to
fetal
shame.
position, just on the floor. Oh my god! 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 Like clutching her head. Guy, you can hear just the absolute keening, screaming, yelling coming from the buzz in the back of your head, in the back of your mind.
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up!
You get a let's see, who is still in their body right now? Okay, Mary Kathleen, you get your phone rings.
Pick up my phone.
You hear yelling at the other end. You hear a young female voice. It sounds a little distant, but you can definitely hear it. How far away are you?
We just passed St. Clair.
Keep driving. Click.
Checking that call. Is it an unknown number or was it from someone I have saved in my phone?
It is an unknown number.
Okay.
It's not a blocked number, it's just an unknown number.
Skittish does not remember this, but Mary Kathleen would. Kate was part of Overwatch, correct? That was her team?
Yeah, she was on they were on Quick Reaction Force. QRF.
I call her while we are gunning down this stretch of road.
She answers. Hello, what's up?
We just passed St. Clair and we are getting out. We have the asset.
Awesome. What's the situation? Just overall, how's Sinclair? How's the other crucible?
St. Clair is taking on. Did we see what St. Clair was fighting?
No, you guys literally drove too fast.
I don't know what he was fighting. He is all alone though, and it seems to be something powerful. The other
You left him
crucible,
alone?
we assumed the asset was more important.
All right, we're on our way. Click.
We were not given a list of priorities.
Our priority was secure the asset. We're securing the asset and bugging out.
Fuck Sinclair.
And his demon horse bullshit.
Yeah.
I vote we now refer to him as Pyro Pony.
All right. So, you drive through town. There are police cars heading in the opposite direction at this point. Because somebody reported gunfire. But somewhat, I can't talk apparently. About an hour later, you make it back to Orpheus.
An hour later? Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping track of my vitality.
Right. You pull in. There it is.
Pull into our usual loading area and step out of the van.
I pop back in my meat and bundle the thing underneath my coat and escort our principal to someone.
Okay.
Whoever we're supposed to hand her off to.
Can someone please explain to me what the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
Gates of hell opened up.
We got here, but now that we're here and we have her here and safe, what are we doing about the fact that everyone else is still there?
I think we should go back. We just left them to fight. They could be dying.
Let's get Gee back here and head back.
The moment you say that, you hear a voice. No, they're fine.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Shit. Suddenly a woman appears standing right next to you, Morgan. Like, she looks around 18, 19 years old. Just, boom, she's there. Sorry. Sometimes I forget that, not everyone can see me. My crucible's fine.
Keen recognition?
You don't recognize her.
Okay.
How do you know?
I'm with Mitchner's crucible. We're okay. They got out. Mitchner's a little bit banged up, but so is Haas, but for the most part they're okay.
What about Sinclair?
I don't know. We bugged out as soon as you guys got out.
Kate's crucible went to help him.
Yes.
And I'm sure if one crucible can hold off lizard dogs of death,
They're called fetches.
and fetches, they're lizard dogs named fetches. Anyways, and the Grim Reaper.
It's just a Reaper.
Yeah, I didn't feel like so much as but
Yeah, there's more than one.
I'm hoping that, like, Sinclair, the superstar free agent, and a very highly trained crucible can take care of some competition people.
I have no clue what they were. They looked like Turlet Squib, but
the objective is to get back here as quickly as possible. It is, in my experience, a bad idea to rally and run back out because we do not have communications with them and we do not know that they are still there. It's more danger to run out than it is to stay. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but trust me. This is the part I hate, though. We now sit and wait. There's got to be somebody that we can flag down with more tactical
Can't you
information.
call Kate?
She was in the route to the problem. Yes, can you call Kate while I go and track down someone else with more tac ops?
Sure. Push the green button again.
I go
sir.
and actually try and find like tac ops or something like that. There's got to be a tactical center, right?
There's not really a tactical center. There's a radio room.
switchboard. Yeah, radio room, switchboard. Somebody in front of a computer that's monitoring teams in the field.
There's nothing really like that. There's a radio room for security, for like on-site security, but there's not like anything for agents in the field or anything like that.
Orpheus, you need to get your shit together.
Right?
Orpheus doesn't do shit like this on a regular basis.
Should have gone to the other guys.
Well, I think
a very different game.
and we've proven we can get in and out easily enough. Someone needs to go check to see if they're okay and what's going on.
Somebody does come up, or like a receptionist comes and takes Kelly, and takes her.
Yeah, I'm actually like prowling through the halls looking for somebody that I recognize that's got some clout in the fucking organization.
You don't see a lot of people. It's night at this point. Most people have gone home.
Fuck it. I'm gonna head back with my car. I know it can outrun most things on the ground. Anyone want to come with?
I'm going.
I'll come.
I'm not nearby, so I can't fucking say anything one way or the other.
Someone want to call Guy and check with him?
Who has no phone?
Yeah.
Wait, we're sitting right near the front. We're sitting right near the front receptionist area, right?
I go to the intercom button and push the intercom button. Would Mr. Bernard please report to the lobby? Mr. Bernard, will you please report to the lobby? Your party
Guy, where
is
are
waiting
you? Make
for
a decision. Where are you at this point?
I'd probably just pass the rec room.
You hear a whole bunch of people from the rec room. Ooh, Guy's in trouble!
Oh no! Yeah, they have caught me. I will be going to detention now. I turn and walk back towards the lobby. I'm gonna kind of like peel back some of the wrapping and see if I can take a look at what I've got.
You don't
While I'm
see
trying to
anything
walk?
inside the wrapping.
I don't see anything.
Nope, you don't see anything.
Huh.
The wrapping is the wrapping.
The wrapping is the object.
Yeah, as soon as we see Guy return to the lobby, it's like, I'm heading back to see what's going on. We can obviously get in and out. I'm taking my car because I know it can outrun most things on the road.
Well, there is no.
Do you want to go with, or are you going to stay here?
No. There is no tactical operations here. These people have their heads firmly up their asses. We need to go and resolve this. Let me put my body away. And I run with the bag or like the parcel and go like hide in the room and flip.
I follow him.
I guess I'm going in with them because I don't want to make waves. God, I hope I don't lose my chance of getting my degree.
I get the car started.
So,
just out of morbid curiosity, when I go into my manifestation or my ghost form, I'm gonna reach down and try and like pick up the bundle.
oh yeah, and now you feel it's heavier, like there's something in it.
Open.
Now you see a crudely shaped, curved knife, about the size of your forearm. It looks like it was broken off of something quite larger.
Part of me wants to.
It is so dark, light seems to disappear into it.
So the gamer part of me wants to go, cool, magic item, let's take it. The part of me that is cautious Guy is like, oh good God, I don't know what the hell this is, and they wanted it. I am not taking it back there with me. But it's not safe here by itself. Fuck.
Put it in your secret money stash.
That's up his butt, though.
Thank you for making the joke before I did. So, I'm just gonna take the stash and like carry it on in Ghost Key.
So you're taking the whole package?
The whole package.
He's taking the whole package. Morgan, you don't see anything. You just see him look at the package, have whatever facial expression he has, and then take it with him.
Well, it's probably like confusion realization, horror, and resignation.
The big red flag is Ghost Gi is now carrying the package.
Yes. So physical Gi was carrying the package, and it was a physical item. Ghost Gi is now carrying it without having to manifest.
Did I see anything? Because I'm with.
Oh, did you went with them? You see the same
Yes.
thing? You see the exact same thing.
That Morgan or Guy?
That Morgan saw.
Okay. Hey, Guy.
No time. We can talk about this afterwards. Let's go.
Look at Morgan
Okay.
as we're hurrying out. He does understand maybe bringing the thing that came from the rip in time and space may not be a good thing to bring with, right?
Yes, and I also understand that leaving it behind unguarded is also a terrible idea. It's the lesser of two evils, okay? It's a terrible situation. Now can we please fucking move on?
Okay, somebody clip that, please. Somebody, for the love of God, clip that entire, that exchange. Because that was awesome.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, let's just drop the meat and go.
What's
All right.
taking the flesh bag so long?
They reemerge. One of them
Running.
with the whole package. Running with the whole package.
Running, whole package in his arms.
Why are you bringing the death bag with you? You fucking asshole.
Don't ask questions! Just accept it! Yes, just accept the package. Come on, Lee.
Alright, get in, let's go.
Yeah, also, for anyone, I will point out that we have no way of, like, if Kate tries to call us, actually answering that phone.
We can answer when we get back. As soon as everybody's feet are off the ground, as they're getting into the car starts going.
Alright. It takes
I
you...
need car music. Yeah.
it takes you about
All right.
half an hour to get back there.
Okay. In a half an hour, I'm actually going to look at this thing.
Oh, that's not the right song.
So it seems every time we do this trip, Lee's getting quicker.
Well, yeah. 1 second.
Research.
Excellent.
Sorry, I had to flip over some things. So, as you open the package to look at it, sorry.
As I
actually a
gazed into my package.
jolly cogent vampire pipe. Okay, I'll go with that. Looking at it, it is exactly as I described it to you.
Kind of hold the object up. Is this what you saw?
Okay, the moment you pick it up, you feel a surge through your hand. It's
fuck.
cold, and it's almost, for lack of a better term, it feels almost... It is like a cold fire.
This is like...
Does him
that
having
sounds
this
like
in the
painful.
car or messing with this inside the car?
Lose
Does
1
it-
point of spite.
God damn it.
But it wasn't, it was drawn into the blade.
Wait, 1 point of... One rank or one...
No, 1 point. Not a full rank. 1 point.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not... No. And now, everybody can now see what he is holding.
The reason you brought creepy stabby thing?
Why did... So a knife falls out of the death hole, followed by death, and the lizard bitches. And, yes, I am sitting here speaking with both hands while driving.
Let me
and you
explain something
And you
to
decided
you.
to bring that fucker not only back to the bad place, but into my fucking car.
Let me explain something to
No,
you.
my car,
big
my rules. Why'd you
fucker.
bring the death knife, you son of a bitch?
Because if I didn't bring the knife, I would have to left it with my unguarded corpse. Which means that anybody could have had it. At least this case, I have it on me and I know where it is.
And
But why'd you have to
with your
touch it?
corpse You know, if Kate called, then I could have picked up the phone.
You get there, and it is dead quiet. You feel almost a void, whereas before it was so full of just action, pings, everything going off. It now feels deathly quiet. All that's left is a howling wind and a lot of sand.
Any buzz?
Nope.
Okay.
No. There is no buzz.
Not good.
Looking down, you can tell that the sand that was... Because there's an obvious difference between the sand that was here and the sand that came in with that was blown through the hole in reality. It looks different. The sand that was blown in looks almost like a glassy onyx color. And it's slightly damp. And it's not manifested. It's ghost sand.
I continued to drive towards the screen area where we last knew Kate, or head towards where we last saw Sinclair. And
you see a gigantic scorch in the ground and blood everywhere.
Can you do your creepy vision thing in reverse and see what happened here?
I can try. Like, I'll give it the good old college try.
Yeah, worst case, we'll get some bad poetry out of it.
Again.
Emily
Shut up,
Dickinson is an amazing author and poet, and how dare!
I don't want to hear it from you, knife boy. Bringing the fucking knife.
Get some fucking culture!
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to the past few hours.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look at Lee the same, like he's just gonna look at Lee the same way one might regard an insect.
Roll it for me, MK.
I was about to say, what is the role for Gee looking acting like that?
There is a roll.
It's a spite roll.
I'm continuing to muttering about.
Holy shit! Oh wait, no, sorry. I thought that was just Mary Kathleen's roll, and I'm like, Jesus! I see everything!
I'm gonna be sitting in the front seat muttering about, I need to seriously put some fucking more. I need more fucking ground rules for this car.
You forgot the slash.
Give me a sec. I'm learning how to type.
Learning to walk again. Okay. So
Not
two successes.
as awesome.
Not as awesome. You go back into the past. You see the last couple hours played out. You see a figure wreathed in flame fighting against individuals who look to be dressed like the Ghostbusters. Literally, like the beige jumpsuits, the big like proton packs. They've all got goggles on, but instead of carrying like they're carrying a proton pack, but instead of an actual proton pack, they're carrying MP5s. And they're all shooting at this figure wreathed in flame, who is getting wounded, but he's also inflicting wounds on them. When this happens, you see a car pull up, and Kate jumps out along with several other individuals, including Chet Mason, and several other people you've never met. Kate screams like the Banshee scream and sends several flying. It's a fracas that goes on for a bit of time, with plenty of very loud pangs everywhere before they pull a wounded Sinclair into the car and drive off. Following this, you see Terrell and Squibb, the Terrell and Squibb people, quickly police their dead and dying, load them into vans, and book it.
They got out, and the enemy fell back as well. No one.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like we lost anyone on our side.
All right, so we saw what we needed to see.
I vote we get back and do. I had the evil or Hellblade. Hellblade.
Oh, Death Knife. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, anyone else have anything they want to check while we're here? Maybe Guy wants to go take his knife and poke the big rip in time and space.
It's not there anymore. It's closed.
Okay.
I mean, I could see try to see where the people from the Reaper and the Lizard Dogs went.
They probably went back through the rip.
Yeah, and somehow
we know
I'm
that.
not too interested in going to find them.
Yeah, I'm with Cassidy on this one. I do crazy. I don't do suicidal. And pull out and turn around and drive back.
Everybody who's projecting, spend a Vite.
And I spend willpower.
What do you guys do from here?
Head back to Orpheus. We have a report to write, apparently.
Okay.
And presumably a bunch of people to like make sure are okay.
And much drinking to do after closing.
So, quick question, because I'm pretty sure I'm the one who's gonna write the report. Do we mention the Blade of Death?
No.
Why not?
I'm pretty sure this is mine.
Yes,
so
you're
is your
holding it.
appetite. We all see how well that was hidden.
Would you like to see it again?
Please no eating in the car.
Let's
Let me rephrase. No
take
eating in the car, or you get to see how a ghost exits a vehicle when I'm going 100.
let's take a step back. We've had a very stressful night, and we do not need to be at each other's throats.
Let me explain. Since this thing has arrived here, I have felt a very strong connection to it. Much in the same way I imagine that Lee feels a strong connection to his car.
There's a pretty big difference, though, because Lee's car didn't come out of giant hole of death.
Well, I don't know where Lee's car came from. Lee, do you know where your car came from?
Came from the dealership originally.
No, I mean...
My guess would be, if I go back further, I think Detroit.
I mean, Detroit's pretty bad, but I really think that it's a little bit worse that you're, playing around with something that dropped out of, fucking Hellraiser 3.
I am attempting to understand what is going on with it. I am no longer certain that Orpheus is the best person to figure that out. Considering that they just committed a large number of people to a thing that they thought might possibly be going sideways, didn't tell us anything about it, and had no real actual plan. This is largely, like, I assume, successful from the behavior of cowboys. This is not good.
This is America. That's how things happen here.
Having worked with
Embrace the John Wayne.
having worked with your government forces previously, that is not how this works.
You don't think it's strange, though, that...
I think it's plenty fucking strange.
So we can't help looking into it.
Sure.
You don't...
But I'm not going to put it in the report. There are people there at Orpheus that I do trust, and I will talk to them.
I don't see
Or
how
we will talk to
can't
them.
put it in the report. I mean, it was the first thing to come out of the fucking rip.
Because none one actually saw what it was. They just saw some cloth.
They didn't even necessarily see something drop. I didn't realize it was there until it literally knocked me over. You didn't know it was there until I picked it up.
Which I still think it was stupid to pick it up. At least out of its little thing. Could have at least used gloves or something.
To be fair, I got GMP audit out of that, but... I don't know. I was drawn to pick it up.
That's a red flag! In all senses of the word, that is a red flag!
Not in the, like, oh, touch me, this is the ring of evil sense, like, what's the movie? Lord of the Rings. But more in the, like, hey, I'm pretty sure that's my gun.
Well, if you're that attached to it, we can just pretend we didn't see it.
What do you mean? I'm gonna research the hell out of what the fuck this thing is.
Oh, yes, we are going to figure out what it is.
For the report, I meant.
But for the moment, I think that the best hands that this is kept in is our hands. Because at least I know what you're going to do with it. I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to do with it.
Touching the thing.
I'm willing to keep it out of the report with a couple conditions, Key.
Okay.
We research it.
Sure.
You bring it to someone higher ranking to Orpheus that you trust.
Sure.
With one of us present, so we can understand what's going on with it.
Sure.
And you don't use it without us knowing.
Sure. I wasn't planning on using this. This is not exactly the thing that I want to go into combat with. I'm far more interested in, and pulls out the bullets. These.
Okay, those look cool.
You arrive back at Orpheus.
I'm gonna go find my body.
Can we put the bullets in the report?
Yes. Oh, yes. There are lots of wins that we get to put in the report.
Once you get back to your body, Mary Kathleen, your phone is blowing up.
Hello?
No, you got text messages.
Oh. Look at all of my text messages. How much trouble am I in?
Well, you have a couple from Kate. Are you okay? Hey, I need your input on something, and then a street address. Key, you have a note waiting for you at the front desk when you come in.
Okay.
It says Mason and a street address.
Okay, I'm gonna go find the rest of my crucible. And my meat. And talk to them. So I have a question. What happens to the package when I go back into my meat?
When you go back in your meat, the package turns to dust. Like the actual wrapping turns to dust.
What about the blade?
The blade is gone. Put artifact in A on your sheet.
Oh, fuck me.
You're the one who took Destiny 5.
So I text Kate back, do I bring my crucible or just me?
You get a reply. Never go anywhere alone.
I show up. I have a note to go to a place. This address?
I look at the addresses at a place I know.
No,
or at least
it's
I'd get
not.
there.
Does the address match the other address?
Yes.
Oh, Kate just texted me saying we should go there.
I believe then we should go there.
Do you still
Alright.
have the dossier?
Yes.
Okay.
Should I bring my gun?
Yes.
Okay.
I go try to check out the van that we had earlier.
Mhm.
This is now my van.
Okay.
I have a special connection to this van.
Give me one moment here. I'm looking something up. Okay. You check out the van.
Yes.
And is everybody going, or just some of you?
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm planning to go.
I'm not looking at the screen right now, so I need you guys to actually.
Everyone is going.
Yes,
Okay.
everyone is going.
Sorry.
Who's actually driving since this is a physical van?
Yo.
And I'm not going to be possessing it unless we have to.
Okay. It's not a long drive. It is, in fact, a very short drive. Trying to get to where you're going.
I'm going to take a longer route to get around there and make sure we're not
Okay.
being followed.
That's fair. Roll me a Dex drive. Or Wits drive, excuse me, because you're trying to use your mental capabilities.
Can I assist
Yeah.
him by trying to navigate for him?
Target number on that is 6. Yes, you may assist.
Go ahead and roll
So
your
it'd be a
assist
wits
first.
drive.
Yes, Wits drive.
In the assist system, does it drop the TN? Is that how it works?
No, you're going to get extra dice.
Okay.
Alright, you're going to get 4 extra dice from that.
Holy moly.
Hey, is driver. I can help.
Holy moly.
Jesus, yeah! Nobody can fucking follow you anywhere.
I found new roads.
Yes, you made new roads. Your drive is kind of windy. You go around a lot of different places, but you wind up at an address that's in a fancier neighborhood. You find and you pull up to a old brownstone house that's got a nice kind of sunken-in garage, and it goes up about 3 stories.
Whose house is this?
Pull out my phone and text, we're here.
Out front, you do manage to see 2 Orpheus vehicles out front.
As we get kind of in the neighborhood, I'm like, that's why I didn't recognize the address. I don't afford here.
You get a reply text. Knock on the door.
Shave and a haircut.
You see, the door opens, and you see it's Kate. She looks very worse for wear. Just kind of waves you.
Got a nod and walk in.
Cassidy and Lee, the moment you get to the threshold, you're stopped. Some physical force is keeping you from going in.
Can you open the ghost door?
Oh, shit. Somebody give me that recorder. And somebody hands her a voice recorder and clicks the play button. And you can hear Sinclair's voice.
Gura.
You hear Sinclair's voice say, "I invite you in."
That's a cool trick.
When did this become a vampire novel?
It's confusing.
Are you ready in the fanfic?
Just come on in. Come on in. You now can enter.
I'll have you know there are no vampires in my fanfic. Thank you very much. I have integrity.
I thought there were vampires in Supernatural. Anyways.
Give me 1 second. I did not actually build this scene, so you're going to give me one moment here to fuck with it.
We're gonna wing it.
Yeah, but I want you guys to have some type of visual cue.
Right. Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Ouch.
Not that kind of doing it live.
Although, let me say, the party thirst level has been pretty high.
Yeah, it has. Well, okay, apparently it's not working. Alright, so, this is your blank canvas that I want you to paint this picture on. You step into a building that feels very old, like almost ancient. It is something that feels sturdy, like it's been here a while. It's very cozy and it's very comfortable. It's a 3-story, almost brownstone mansion. Books are everywhere. Books, notes, a very weathered computer, lots of different research material and research supplies just everywhere in this level. Overstuffed couches, a fireplace. This place looks nice and fancy, but it's very warm and welcome and inviting.
Nice digs. Sinclair's?
Yes. This is this is where he does most of his work for Orpheus.
Speaking of, where is he?
Upstairs, recovering.
Ah, bon.
It took us about 2 hours to pull him out of the tube. He was pretty shot up when he showed up.
Yes, yes.
But we wanted to pull you guys here because, I say we, the rest of the Crucible's upstairs with him. Commissioner's Crucible is back at Orpheus covering for us right now. Well, I say covering for us, they're making sure that Orpheus knows what happened.
I'm stuck. Go ahead.
What did happen?
Well, what was supposed to be a handoff turned into a...
Ambush comes shitstorm?
Yes, that is probably the best way to phrase it.
So it was walking into a trap.
Well, yes, but it doesn't look like Kelly set us up.
No. I believe Terrell and Squib did. When we grabbed Kelly, as part of the procedure, I went and checked her for bugs. I also took her cell phone and disconnected it. When I disconnected it, I was shocked briefly, which leads me to believe that there was some kind of listening device, not something that I'm familiar with.
Alright, well, that's good to know.
Is Chet here? Yes, he's upstairs, yes?
He's upstairs, yes. The reason we brought you guys here is because we think that there may be a chance that the Spectres know that something happened. Mitchner told me that they lost something?
Yes.
And so they may think that you have it.
Yes.
So we wanted to bring you guys someplace safe, so that if they were out after you, that you could take care of us. That we could figure out what to do next. Because Orpheus is a little overwhelmed right now with the new contract that was just signed. So a lot of the
New
resources.
contract?
Yeah, sorry. It's Orpheus just signed a new contract with a federal agency, one of the alphabet soups. And
We're nowhere near equipped to handle anything like that.
well, that's the idea. Is they're going to help it. They're going to help Orpheus get equipped for this. But right now, with everything that's been going on, and with that, and with the specters, your crucible is relatively new. But for those of us who have been here for a while, we've never seen specters act like this before. There have been more ghost quakes. There have been more stronger, more powerful specters showing up.
Yes, one of them looked like Death himself. Herself, itself.
I think they're called Reapers, that's what Orpheus calls them, but we've been seeing a lot of Jasons and Frighteners recently as well.
Do you have a guidebook with pictures? Because you're spitting off a lot of names I'm not recognizing.
Jasons are specters who inhabit bodies. Frighteners are the evil version of you, she points to you, Lee. They light things on fire.
I got yelled at when I tried that.
Yeah, well, we yell at them too, but unlike you, they don't stop.
Interesting. I would like to talk to Chet, please.
Okay. She gets up, goes up the stairs, the spiral staircase that goes up, and Chet comes back down along with her.
I turn to the rest of the crucible. So, which one of you wants to come with me?
I'm gonna stay here and rest.
Okay. Let's see. Then, Morgan, I will take you with me. America, I think that you should stay objectively separate from this for the moment.
Can I look at the books?
Say again.
Can I look at the books?
Oh, yeah, I bet college girl, this is like her wet dream house right now.
She doesn't have wet dreams. We've already discussed this. She doesn't know what
She
they are.
prays them away.
Her very, very dry dream house then.
Well, if we hear her yelling about exorcisms, we know what happened.
Dear Lord! Dear Lord! Dear Lord!
I take Morgan with me and we go talk to Chet. Chet, my friend. I'm sorry, I have no beer. I said the next time.
It's fine. Shit hit the fan.
In so many ways. What happened on your end?
As far as we're aware, Sinclair was looking for you guys up until about an hour before the handoff was supposed to happen, and he decided to go out on his own to try and find you. When he got there, he got tangled up with the Terrell and Squib people.
We told him what we were doing.
You guys did not say that you were going to show up 12 hours beforehand.
I did the last game.
I don't remember that. Sorry.
It's okay.
He also forgot.
So he got tangled up with Terrell and Squib, managed to take care of a few of them before we showed up.
He is recovering, yes?
He's healing.
Good. Any losses?
No. Mitchner's Crucible actually managed to hold their own versus the Spectres, but they got out pretty quickly.
Good. Any captures?
Captures?
Did we capture anybody from Terrell and Squib?
No. They bugged out with everyone they had.
Well, from our perspective, I kind of like just start walking him through like not the capture, but the handoff, show him the dossier. I have the dossier. Talk about the going through and searching her and getting shocked. at about the same time that I got shocked, or after I got shocked, about the same time I was going to light the van on fire to remove any evidence, all hell broke loose. Talk about getting knocked down by a package and picking it up. Then, because I trust him, talk about like the screaming voices and everything, and then tell him about like the overwhelming drive, like this was mine, this package belonged to me, it's supposed to be mine. And then like something kind of like when I opened it and actually looked at it, like drew me to like grab them, and now I think they're kind of a part of me.
Well, it has been known that certain items turn into artifacts and can be used by other spirits.
I have never owned a knife like this.
Just because it's not your artifact doesn't mean it's not a artifact.
Why would it call to me specifically?
That's something you're going to have to ask somebody who knows more about ghosts.
Sinclair.
Maybe.
Would you trust him with something like this?
I trust him to be able to figure something out about it. I wouldn't trust him with it.
Ah, yes, of course.
But I'd trust him to figure something out about it. Any banshee could probably also do some kind of forebode on it to figure out what it is, or perhaps even...
My banshee seems to keep going a bit, poetic about this.
Welcome to being a banshee.
Ah, I see.
All they get is metaphors. The only time they get something clear is if they look into the past. If they're looking into the future, it's just a metaphoric vision of everything they see. At least that's what Kate tells me. I've never used forebode myself, so I can't really tell you.
Yeah, of course, yes. Not in my wheelhouse either. A little too abstract. But, I have the feeling that I should keep this out of the report.
Keep it out of the report. Keep it quiet. Don't let Orpheus know you have it. If anyone asks, say you left it behind.
I'm not aware that anybody saw this.
Well, like I said, if anyone asks, remember, you weren't the only crucible there. Mitchner's crucible was there, and they were close to where you were.
True. We will, we'll see what comes of it. I am starting to lose a little faith in the company.
You shouldn't. I'm only telling you that, though, because the other two options aren't very good.
Yes, I noticed. But, I'm concerned.
You should be.
This was... For an organization like Orpheus, this should not have gone the way it did. This should not have been cowboys.
What do you mean?
This went horribly sideways.
We weren't ready for a Reaper and two fetches to show up in the middle of a handoff.
Yes. And we really didn't have anything to potentially call back on. We had 3 crucibles in the field and a specialist of unknown capabilities, at least to me. Tactically, that seems like a terrible option.
Well, all we can deal with is civilians. You're not talking about soldiers here.
Sure.
You aren't soldiers, you're agents. You aren't even federal agents. Your job is to investigate. Maybe if something comes up that requires muscle, dealing with the odd ghost or specter. But this isn't a military organization.
Of course it's not, but I've worked for plenty of private organizations that have operated that way as well.
This isn't even a private organization like what you think. This is amateurs.
I see.
They're contractors. Amateur investigators.
And now there's some talk of a 3-letter agency coming to help us sort out.
Yeah. More lucrative government contracts means that Orpheus can improve. They can hire more people. They can start to research more heavily. The new Carillion cameras will help.
Yes. Also, I'm sure that this will help.
Oh. He takes it. Ghost shot?
Yep.
Yes, this will help a great deal. I need to get this to Orpheus immediately.
Yes.
Anything else you wanted to ask me about?
I think you've succinctly covered what the hell is going on. And sort of what we should do about the things. I'm still concerned, but we'll talk to you about it later.
If you weren't concerned, then you'd be dead.
Well, dead.
Dead. He walks back over to where Kate is, talks to her a bit, and then leaves.
E, what is this about voices?
Oh, the thing that you wouldn't listen to me when we went into the church. I told you not to go in there. They were planning something.
So is this like an all the time thing?
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, can you at least tell the group this so we have some kind of, warning when shit's about to happen?
I did. You didn't listen the first time, so why should I continue telling you something that you're not going to listen to?
Well, now when we actually know what it is.
Sure.
Thank you.
What are the rest of you doing?
It's a fancy house. I assume there's a bar somewhere in it.
Yes.
I'm gonna go try to find a drink, manifest enough to drink, and find a chair to sit there and drink.
Okay. Spend the vitality. There's a lot of really fancy rum. Cassidy, what are you doing?
I actually attempted to sneak upstairs and kind of like peek in the room where they're all with Sinclair.
You
and
see...
try and-
Okay. You see basically the rest of Kate's Crucible up here. They're trying to take care of Sinclair. He looks very beaten up, very shot up. But there's a lot of bruising on him. Less like actual, less wounds and more like he's been beat all to hell. He also looks very pale. They've got him wrapped, and he's very pale. He's kind of sweating. They've got him wrapped up in all kinds of blankets, and he's shivering slightly.
Is he gonna be okay?
You see Annie, the person who you originally met in Spooky Brews, turns to you and says, "Well, he should be, provided he gets enough downtime. Doesn't go back into the tube in the next 2 or 3 months."
Two or 3 months.
Yeah, he's got to work off all that spite.
He doesn't seem like the type that'd be something easy.
And here's the thing. Sleepers like him, when they use their anger, instead of letting it hurt their soul, they can send it back to their body, and their body gets damaged, basically jumping on that grenade form. Thing is, if they go back too soon, they go under too soon, he's going to take all that anger back. He's got to wait for his body to heal.
Cassidy's feeling like very awkward.
Mm-hmm.
but wants to offer is, can I help?
You want to watch and make sure he doesn't, like, go crazy or anything. And right now, it's just based on him. We're just waiting on him to heal. I mean, if you guys want to sit and stay with him, you can. We need to go back to Orpheus.
I guess I can sit. At best, I know how to do that.
Just, if he needs anything. Just, like, a drink or some food or to vomit. I mean, just make sure that he's taken care of.
Yeah, if he needs to vomit, I'll call Mary Kathleen. I'm sure she's very good at that. Helping people in that situation. Being people-y.
The rest of them kind of look at each other, and then they head back. They start heading downstairs. Mary Kathleen, what are you doing?
Books.
This is an occultist's wet dream.
All the books.
Is there
There's
a book?
the stunt of, oh my god, look at all of this. I could never find any of this. Like, Barnes & Noble can go burn down because, oh god.
Is there
What
a book
exact
called
emotion are
Catalog
you
of
feeling right
Parents?
now, Mary Kathleen?
Awe. I am feeling awe.
Cassidy, you begin feeling awe. You are in awe.
Oh.
No, A-W-E.
Oh.
There you go.
Just a general sense of awe.
You don't know where it's coming from, but you can feel a sense of awe.
You gonna pray it away?
Are you gonna pray it away?
Suddenly you're in awe of Sinclair.
You could say that.
That was kind of where I was gonna go with it, because I'm like, I feel like I'm trying to find a reason for it. So now I'm staring really awkwardly at Sinclair's face. Like, awkwardly close. Like, think like, oh my god, what am I thinking of? Krista from Fern Gully meeting Zach close.
Yeah, okay. Alright.
And after the awe wears off, dude, there's all these books. I don't know if I have a clue. The unthroned monarch, and I kind of knew what that knife looked like, and maybe the knife has something to do with it. And all the cross research.
Just books on books on books.
Okay. Morgan and Guy, you finish your conversation. Kate's crucible leaves, and it's just you guys.
I just plop into a chair, I guess, in the library where everybody else is at.
I think
pour a
this one is from like the 16th century.
I pour a second glass and hand Guy a glass of rum.
Ooh.
I'll go poke
Cuban.
around the library with Mary.
And Cassidy, you are still upstairs with Sinclair?
I don't feel awe anymore, right?
No, you
because
don't
she's
feel
not
awe
okay.
Quick question: the building, does it have one of an open entryway kind of thing that you can see up to the different floors, or is it just?
You can see up to where the first turn on the spiral staircases.
So, I was thinking about going for a climb, but nope. Okay.
It has a spiral staircase.
Yes. This is basically like somebody took an old brownstone and made it into a haven for somebody for a researcher, and somehow made it really, really fucking nice, even though it's tiny. Let's see, and with that, it's a little early, but I think we can go ahead and call it for the evening. Because we're at a natural stopping point.
That was just a whole lot of like, oh god, oh god,
Yeah.
oh god.
It's only gonna get worse.
Oh, I know, the roller coaster's just begun.
Yep. Alright.
Well,
You guys have fun tonight?
of course.
Yes.
Awesome. Sorry there was a lot of tell not show, but there was a lot of info dump I had to get out this session. Yes, this is true. I've only just begun. Except for you, you haven't just begun to live. You're
just
dead.
begun to die.
You actually have
and-
just begun to die.
Cassidy, you and me are in chapter 2.
No, chapter 2 comes next session. Alright. So, everybody shows up, so they get 1 XP. Alright. Because you guys have been really, really great about the sharing stuff online, everybody gets 2. Alright, so what's next? Let's see. Bravery XP. You guys kind of ran. Like
we
little...
bravely
accomplished the objective.
You did accomplish the objective, but
Which was the...
As
well,
I
no,
stated,
we
the
willingly
Crucible
sacrificed
bravely ran away.
to accomplish the objective.
We were brave enough to recognize our priorities as Orpheus posed them to us.
Alright.
We
You're
we
not-
were told our job was to get the girl, get the hell out.
You're not gonna get bravery XP.
Ah!
What about the job XP?
No.
Did the job XP, I like it.
That's if we were playing Payday, the RPG. Did you complete the job? Then you get XP. XP in the form of money, so you can do another job.
Oh, Payday.
Alright, so no bravery XP. Role-playing XP. Everybody gets 1. Everybody gets 1 because they were really good tonight. But nominations, we're gonna say Guy for that amazing, like, almost soliloquy that he gave in anger.
Thank you, guys.
Anyone else nominations for role-playing XP? Okay. So, next up, learning XP. Guy, what did you learn?
Well, what did Guy learn? Well, Guy learned that he probably shouldn't trust his Crucible. He learned that Orpheus is definitely fucking incompetent. Guy learned that he apparently, like, there is something larger at play in the world story of Guy.
Okay, we'll go with that. Gain 1. Mary Kathleen, what did you learn this session?
That the future, like sand, changes with the wind. And that I write terrible poetry. But also that while I saw we lost,
Mhm.
that future could still exist. While we won the battle, we could have lost something by winning.
Okay. That's fair. Gain 1 learning XP for that. Cassidy, what did you learn this session?
Did we win? We ran away. Did we win? Don't
Live
get
to
me.
fight another day.
Sometimes not engaging the enemy is the win condition.
Yeah.
I think Cassidy's, despite her agreement with all of us running away, is realizing she gives a crap more about everybody than she originally thought,
Aww.
and is
And then she
attempting
really
to-
needs to get Mary Kathleen laid.
That too, yes. She's desperately learning that Mary Kathleen needs a little bit of a different kind of exorcism.
How rude. Okay, gain 1 learning XP for that. Morgan, what did you learn this session?
That my Crucible may not be so reliable when shit hits the fan because they just run away.
Fair enough. Gain a learning XP for that. Lee, what did you learn this session?
that driving as the car is sometimes easier than driving in the car. And also that it's sometimes you need to run away to complete the objective in the mission.
Okay. You'll get it for that one. You'll get one for that last part. All right, guys. So, that was the season finale for Season 1 of Orpheus Don't Look Back. Next week, we are starting on Season 2, Crusade of Ashes. Be prepared for that one. So, hopefully I will see all of you guys back here. I have been Evan Blade of Revan, and this is my stream. Please come back next week for more Orpheus Daring 2. Joining me in my Orpheus game are Warfox.
Morphox, I play Lee Blaylock. I can be found here at this game.
Awesome. Next is Grinning Crow.
I'm Grinning Crow. You can find me at grinning_crow on Twitch or grinning.crow. On Twitter, I should start streaming again probably here in the next couple of weeks. You can also find me here for pretty much anything that Evan runs.
Because I'm special. Next up is Skittish Cat.
I'm Skittish Cat. I play Mary Kathleen O'Brien, the wonderfully poetic Oracle. You can find me on the Twitter at Skittish Cat, all one word, where I will be posting beautiful art that may take part about this game or may just be because I'm an artist.
All right, and next up is Eardell.
I'm Iredale Bastion, and I play Morgan Flanagan.
Awesome. And finally, last but not least,
I'm Black Dahlia 42. I'm playing Cassidy. You can find me here or on my own stream 6 days a week.
awesome. So before we go, I do want to go through my list here because I don't like shouting them out during our game because it kind of brings us out a bit. But I do want to say thank you to KGM Jr., Slinks Gaming for that lurk and that follow. Dahlia, thank you for hosting. Skidoozy, thank you for that raid. Skittish, also thank you for hosting, and everybody else who came in today to just join us. We've had an awful lot of fun, and tomorrow next week we'll have an even more awful amount of fun. So thank you guys again. I hope to see you guys next week, and you guys stay tuned for a nice and fun. I'm going to send you guys off to another TSD member, and we'll see who that is here in a moment. But thank you guys again very much for coming by. You guys have a very, very good evening.
Hey, Coach, you want to